Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fuda bin Kamabacha of number metric 1213-228. Today I'm going to discuss about social penetration theory and its relationship towards today's event for the subject of ACM 2023 communicative theories. Okay. So let's start on with the definition of social penetration theory. So what is the definition? Is the process of developing deeper intimacy with another person through mutual self-disclosure and other forms of vulnerability. So what is the self-disclosure? Self-disclosure is when people continue to interact and maintain a relationship. They gradually move toward deeper areas of their mutual personalities through the use of words, bodily behavior, and environmental behaviors. The theory was formulated by psychologist Irwin Altman of the University of Utah and Delmus Taylor of the University of Delaware in 1973 to understand the relationship development between individuals. Altman and Taylor noted that relationships involve different level of intimacy, of exchange, or degree of social penetration. According to Altman and Taylor, every person can be compared to an onion that has various layers of information which possess to both breadth and depth. Breadth refer to the various facets of personal life such as work, family, community, and hobbies. That pertains to the details of concerning of each of these areas. And the outer layers of the onion include personal information shared through the first stages of relationship. The skin of an onion is the orientation stages. In the center of onion is the most intimate, the personal details which are shared as a relationship reaches its peak strength. And this part of onion is called stable stage. So next we're going to discuss about the models of the stages. There are five different models, which is orientation, exploratory, effective, also stable, and depenetration stages. First is orientation stages. It was characterized by an unstable initial relationship. This is the beginning of the relationship between two people and virtually no trust has been established. At this point, sharing personal information is not worth at risk. The second one is, as a result, the information shared between the people at this level will be sparse and not intimate. During this stage, individuals are careful to preserve others' positive first impressions of themselves. This means that they will avoid talking about negative topics and polarizing opinions. Example of the orientation stages are: three roommates begin to live together on campus at the start of school semester. They introduce themselves to each other, but beyond minimum interaction. They do not exchange information. Next, the second model is an exploratory effective stage. It occurs when individuals begin to trust each other a little more than they have in the past in the first one. The information shared by people in this stage of relationship begins to be more personal than it was in the first stage. However, truly intimate details are not shared. Both individuals in a relationship begin to ask for information about the other's background. Interpersonal communication is more lengthy, but may not be more frequent. And also in this stage, individuals are still not as likely to discuss sensitive topics out of fear that they will cause friction. For example, a group of friends in the college decided to go to the same music concert. On the way to the concert, they discuss their general politics and religious views. They bond over common interests and begin to share pieces of information that define their personality, such as their hobbies or the subject of their bachelor degree. The third one is effective stage, where individuals begin to share more intimate details with each other. Interpersonal communication between the people involved begins to be more frequent. More significance and importance are placed on the relationship by both individuals. They trade information in a more casual manner and begin to volunteer information without being asked more questions. Another important aspect of effective stage is that people are now with comfortable with creating conflict between themselves and their relationship partners. They bring up more polarizing topics and express more strong opinions about certain topics. They are confident that the increasing strength of the relationship can survive the disagreements. An example for this is two friends who met in the same high school class talk about more specific views, including their individual political views. While they do not agree on everything, they find common ground and decide to place more importance on the concept that they agree on, or rather than those that are different. Okay, okay, so next is stable stage. Stable stage is when communicators share a relationship in which disclosure is open and comfortable. They can predict how the other person will react to the certain types of information. If it is often truthful, candid, and both people do not have emotions or opinions that they might have. For example, the manager are sharing a difficult situation that he experienced with his close friend and asking for an advice on what to do next. And the next is the penetration stage, where it occurs when one of both communicators perceive that the cost of self-disclosure outweighs its benefit. Communicators withdraw from self-disclosure, thus ending the relationship. And the outcome is that the death of the relationship gradually, or in some cases, suddenly changes. The state of relationship becomes strained, and this strain leads to the less and less communication with that person. For example, after a celebrity a couple break up or divorce, the two of them in a relation stop by communicating each other. Okay, next is the relationship towards to this event. So researchers named Tang and Wang suggest that even though technology and anonymity on the internet and social media platform have become an everyday method of communication, when social penetration theory was applied to the context of internet blogging, it revealed that the bloggers disclose their thoughts, feelings, experiences to their best friends in real world with more depth and sincerity than they did on their online audiences. This supports social penetration theory in that it reveals that online acquaintances are not provide to the same level of intimate knowledge as a person in the blogger's real life in a circle. And the second one is Treffer also confirms the validity of social penetration theory in her research related to the work and non-work co-workers relationship. She used four categories to to exemplify relationship in the workplace: new, leery, close, and established. In the interview she conducted with a member of a law firm, she found the social boundaries between co-workers became less constrained as they moved towards a more established relationship. Okay, now let's talk about advantages and disadvantages of social penetration theory. First, we're going to talk about advantages. First, it provides a useful framework for understanding how people will interact and how relationships develop over time. And the second one is being able to account for differences between individuals, as well as the differences in the level of intimacy that they feel comfortable sharing with one another. And the last one is also proven to be effective when social penetration theory was applied to the context of internet blogging. And just now, as I say, and it revealed that bloggers disclose more of their thoughts, feelings, appearances to their best friends in the real world with more depth and sincerity than they did in the online audience. Means that they disclose more feelings and more intimacy during the internet, not as what we do not expect. Okay. Okay, next is disadvantages. Some have argued that the theory fails to account the complexity of relationships and the fact that relationships can progress at different speed. Second one is the theory does not explain the nuances of why some relationships are more successful than others. The third one is the theory is based on the assumption that all relationships progress in the same manner, which may not be the reality of all relationships. And the fourth one is that it is simplistic to equate self-disclosure with relational closeness, and also challenges the theorist's view of disclosure boundaries as being fixed and increasingly less permeable. And the last one is friendships often reach a point of such closeness that self-centered concerns are no longer salient. So for the conclusion, indeed the social penetration theory is fundamental in all bases of life, and especially at the workplace. It is vital for one to be equipped with the principle of social penetration theory while operating their workplace, or any activities to enhance confidence in their dealings. The theory revolves more on self-disclosure to one another after gaining trust. The theory is characterized by steps whereby people have to get to know to each other slowly as they gain self-confidence in the process. The theory makes us understand the reason why people would take the time to tell more information about themselves, sentiments, opinions, and suggestions. That's all from me. Thank you.